myself I was going to follow through with this live today. So following through with it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. So we're going to talk about Spencer Crawford. Is it really done? Shout out to my boy Ricky. I see you 245 in the building. Shout out to NYC. Came up a little shorter against Miami today. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Spencer Crawford's really done. Tank versus Ryan fixed. Wilder versus AJ Dunn. Tank versus Cruz. 2 on the way. We're gonna talk about Tank and Devin Haney as well too. So I do appreciate everybody for tapping in. You can help me out by thumbs up the video, sharing the video, subscribe to the channel. If you listen to the podcast or if you haven't listened to the podcast, hit the link tree link. It's the first link in the description. I got it pinned in the live chat. You can't hear me, Linktree / Goodfella TV. Shout out to Trail Life 101. Watching on Twitch. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I started a TikTok for this channel, but I'm still kind of brainstorming some things that I want to feature on the TikTok. But yeah, I got this idea on what I'm gonna do. I share the TikToks on Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube Shorts. So I got a great idea. It just finally came to me, man. So I was like, yeah, I was been thinking like, damn, what shorts I can do. So I'm gonna obviously bear with me. We're working on mastering how to edit on the shorts and all that. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it early. So yeah, we was talking about, I guess we can start there. We let Trail Life 101 kick it off. I guess we can start there. We was talking about in the Discord earlier how this fight could be deemed fixed. And Tank and Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. By the way, let me crack the window because I feel lightheaded around this boy. Like a bug. My apologies. I don't know what it is. Shit, I just took a hot Epsom salt bath like a motherfucker too, so that shit was hot as hell. And I worked out today, so you know how that shit is. I probably haven't been drinking enough water like I should. But yeah, man, we was talking about in the Discord, and Gervonta Davis knew that Ryan Garcia had a rib injury. He did a rehydration clause. He did a catch weight. He was the A side. He was the first name on the poster. You know what I'm saying? And he made, obviously with the rehydration clause, you made him weigh in again. He had the A side promoter, the A side network. So everything was in his favor. I mean, he knew that he had a rib injury from having a mole in his camp. So really, in a fight where most people thought he had a 90% chance of winning, in a 10 or 95 or 5% chance Ryan had, depending on who you speak to, 10 or 5, you being honest, it was diminished. The 5 or 10% knockout chance that he had to win, those really diminished until to like 0.0001% when Gervonta Davis he got injured to the body and he knew to throw to the body. When Gervonta Davis knew he ain't fought at 140 pounds since 2021, in the beginning of 2021, he wasn't active. Then they told Ryan Garcia he couldn't take a fight before the Tank Davis fight. You know what I'm saying? So when you factor all those things in, you can make a case that the shit was fixed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people can say, well, Ryan Garcia quit. And like I said before, man, I can't say who quit or who can't quit. I get hit with that same shot. Maybe I don't get up. You know what I'm saying? And, people seen the shot. People said, well, he could have got up. And then it showed on the All Access, the epilogue, whatever they call that stuff, that, Joe Goosen revealed that he already had an injury to the ribs. And he said, did he hit the injured rib or whatever it was? He said, yeah, I knew it. He said, you'd rather get hit on the chin. So Tank Davis had every advantage in the book to where he couldn't lose. I mean, I didn't think he needed any of these advantages anyway. I thought he could beat Ryan Garcia at 140 pounds. I thought Ryan Garcia, if he wanted to rehydrate to a cruiserweight, yeah, it would have prolonged the fight a little bit, but ultimately he would have knocked Ryan Garcia out. But, you got to think about it too, where Ryan Garcia employs a sparring partner. He helps that sparring partner put food on his table. And for that sparring partner to be leaking information, maybe it's common. I don't know. And maybe it's common for a sparring partner to leak information to somebody else outside the camp to the opponent. But if it's me, and I'm gonna take two things here. If I'm Ryan Garcia, the sparring partners that I hire from now on, if I continue to fight, they got to sign non-disclosure agreements where they can't disclose what happened in camp with nobody else, or subject to a lawsuit for a lot of money. I might put $500,000 in that hole. You know what I'm saying? And and two, for Ryan Garcia, you help these dudes put food on their table. Manny Pacquiao, didn't he buy what's my name, Ray Beltran family a house by being a sparring partner? So you got to watch out who you have in your camp. You got to watch who you have in your camp. So how many advantages we count for Tank in this fight? The rehydration clause, the catch weight. He told the man he couldn't take a fight before they fought. That's 3 right there. The promoter is the A-side promoter and network. And he had somebody in his camp telling him what's going on, and he knew he had an injury going into. That's 5 advantages that I could just think of off top. How could he lose this fight? And this ain't a situation where, he in a 50-50 fight or a fight where he can lose. This is a fight he posed to win in the same fashion, whether Ryan can weigh in at 136 or not. So, just let you think about it. You think Tank going to take a step forward and really fight Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and these guys when he needed Ryan Garcia hands and legs hog-tied behind his back to win a fight? I don't see it happening. You didn't need to do this to Ryan Garcia. And knowing somebody got an injury coming into a fight, knowing he's not going to be 100% because you drained him. And on top of that, there's already catchweight divisions in boxing. Boxing really needs somebody in a third party to regulate it for the betterment of the culture. If boxing is going to compete with MMA, and right now MMA blowing them out the water, they need a regulator. They need a governing body. At this point, I'd rather the governing body not know a goddamn thing about boxing and just learn from the ground up. So, yeah, you can make a case. If you put your money on this fight, you could do a class action lawsuit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Then what's going on in the man. And that sparring partner that did that, bro, I wouldn't hire that motherfucker. No, I'll whiteball his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna employ you, but then I'm paying you. I hope they was paying him more than what Ryan Garcia was paying him. And Ryan got to watch out who you allow to be in your camp, to be honest. So, if y'all really think he's stepping into the ring with Devin Haney, it ain't happening. You think he's stepping in the ring with Lomachenko unless he look real bad, it ain't happening. You think he's stepping in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, it ain't happening. It ain't about the money. Once again, Ryan took less money to make this fight happen. It ain't about the money. These dudes don't want to put their nuts on the line and let their nuts hang. They don't want to tell because once you go back 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now, nobody gonna fucking remember all the bullshit that went on in this fight. They just gonna see he knocked out Ryan Garcia. That's all they gonna say because that liver shot was too high to be a liver shot. Yeah, it was a rib shot. That was a rib shot. That's what I thought it was. I didn't know that. Why would Ryan fight with a rib injury? You know, you don't want, you know, he pull out. I told you Ryan Garcia gonna pull out. There you have it. He got to get paid too. Ryan Garcia, even though he got money, he ain't fought since July. Marshall, what's going on? This fight happening, bro. I need to see it. I don't know. I'll get there. Trill Life want to say Ryan IQ doesn't match Davis with Davis is the same way Ryan got knocked down with throwing the same punch 3 times in a row. It's the same way he got knocked down from different fights. He made the same mistake Leo Santa Cruz made. The rehydration clause is ball. You could tell Lion looked tired. Nobody should use that sparring partner again at all. At all. Or make him sign a non-disclosure agreement. I wouldn't let that motherfucker. I would drag that motherfucking name through the mud. That's the time you get somebody banned. That's the time you do some Jay-Z shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the time you do some Jay-Z shit. It's cute. Look, I ain't got a dog in the fight. I take straight up and down. If I did have a dog, I fuck with Tank over Ryan Garcia. Ryan just got beat fair. How you get beat fair and square? How you get beat fair and square? When he had a rehydration clause, you had a catch weight. He knew he had a rib injury. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on and on and on. We can go on and on and on and on and on. If it's fair and square, y'all fight fair and square. No catch weights, no rehydration clause, no. I know what's going on in the camp. You know, the money could be the money. It is what it is. Tank is the top fighter. He's the top dog. Why you just couldn't beat him straight up and straight down? Why couldn't you beat him straight up, straight down? That's just my question. He said everyone had injury, but he knew he had an injury. He knew what was going on in his camp. And he hit the same rib that he knew was injured. Now, if he didn't know that rib was injured, does he still throw that same shot in that same manner? I don't know. But you did all this to beat Ryan Garcia. You did all this to beat Ryan Garcia. That's all I'm saying. You did all this to beat Ryan Garcia. Catch weights, rehydration clause. That shit ain't fair. That ain't fair. He said Manny Pacquiao had an injured shoulder. Well, that's Manny Pacquiao. We ain't talking about Manny Pacquiao. We ain't talking about, even though you want to bring up Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather allegedly shooting shit in his hand, but wouldn't let Manny Pacquiao have a shot in his arm. I ain't trying to hear that. They've been shiesty over there. And I ain't even going to take it back to that shit. So you can just take the injury out of it. Tell me about the rehydration clause and the catch weight and all the other bullshit. If it's fair and square, why not fight him where you already fought at 140? If it's fair and square, why not let him come as comfortable and beat him at his best? Why you need to beat him? Why you need to take something from him? And do you think he really gonna get in the ring with Devin Haney? Hell no. Devin Haney gonna be forced to fight southpaw. Shakir Stevenson gonna be forced to fight orthodox. This shit just whole shit, bro. And in the case, you can make a case with all these rules and all this shit. That's a fixed fucking fight. You can make a case for that. You can make a case for that. And to me, cool, all them things going on, but it's the caliber of fighter that he doing it against, bro. Ryan Garcia is not the creme de la creme. It's the caliber of fighter that he did it against. It wasn't a Terence Crawford or Errol Spence or Canelo Alvarez or Jamel Charlo. This is a fighter that's 3 or 4 or 5 steps below him, who's barely a contender at any division he's been. He's really never been a true contender. He beat Luke Campbell. Cool. Why couldn't you just beat him as is? He said Ryan Garcia had all the physical advantages. Imagine becoming in the ring without a clause, already 6 inches taller. Height is not an advantage. All right, but I'm not getting into that again. Height is not an advantage today. They don't know how to use their height. That's the beauty of boxing. Oh, he taller, he longer. That's the only advantage Ryan Garcia had. IQ, jab, hand speed. He really ain't faster than Tank. Footwork trash. So the one advantage that he quote unquote people say he do have, or he does have, Tank Davis took that fucking advantage away from him. So the one advantage that he does have, you took it away. Come on. And we supposed to expect you to get in the ring with Devin Haney. We supposed to expect you to get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Fuck out of here. We not stupid, bro. The one advantage he does have, you took away from because you lack self-confidence. And he does. The shit we will sell, you can't lie. Tank has zero self-confidence. He has all the confidence in the world when Devin Haney got a fight locked in, when Shakur Stevenson got a fight locked in, when Lomachenko got a fight locked in, when he got a fight locked in, he has all the confidence in the world. But with niggas like Denise Williams, I just wanna be free. Oh, I always say his name. I don't want to say his name. Yeah, chicken wings, Oreos. I don't want to say his name, man. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit. That shit weak as hell. And you ain't. Is it raining? That shit weak as hell, bro. And the difference between Manny Pacquiao, at least Manny Pacquiao put some type of work in to get what he deserves. At least Marquez put work in to get what he would deserve. At least Mayweather put work in to be the A side. Tank Davis ain't did shit. He ain't did shit. He ain't did shit to deserve to do this to Ryan Garcia or any other fighter. Just being real. Sports in general fixed is just more because not because betting's legal. Once again, I could be wrong. Height and reach is no, it's not an advantage, bro. Height and reach is not. If it's such an advantage, why didn't it matter for Ryan Garcia? Why didn't it matter for Fondor the other weekend? Why didn't it matter for Paul Williams versus Carlos Katana and Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez? Why didn't it matter for Kelly Pavlik versus Sergio Martinez? Why didn't it matter in the second fight for Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield? Why didn't it matter for Mike every damn Mike Tyson opponent Mike Tyson beat? These guys today don't know how to fight with their reach. They don't know how to fight with their height. Why didn't it matter for Tommy Hearns when Aaron Pryor fucked them up in the amateurs? It's not an advantage if you don't know how to keep people on the outside. What's the best fighter that uses his height today? Tyson Fury, maybe? Who use their height to a T where you say, well, that's the best tall, rangy motherfucking boxing. I'll wait. If it mattered, why Usyk dusts AJ off? Johnson, salute. Just being real, bro. It's not an advantage. It's not an advantage unless you know how to use it. Now, I will say weight does matter. Depends on the fight. Weight matters more than height and reach, but let's move on. Tank with KO Haney. I'm not saying that he would or wouldn't, but do it. If it's so easy, do it then. Simple as that. Tell me why he won't fight him then. I ain't trying to hear it. He a free agent after this fight. So, since when you talk about Tank, let's talk about Tank and Isaac Cruz too, and him potentially fighting Devin Haney since y'all spoke on that. Right? So, Calvin Ford said that he want to see, which is Gervonta Davis' trainer, he want to see Gervonta Davis back in there. Shout out to my boy Henry, I see you. He want to see Gervonta. I ain't even shared this shit yet. That's crazy. Hold on. He want to see Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz rematch. Okay, and that's cool. Shit, I ain't. People said it was close and it was on a Sunday and it was a good competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought Tank won. Some people thought Isaac Cruz won. So I mean, shit, I get it. I get it. But that ain't what the fans want. You know, I done seen polls, which I'm not saying they're the most credible polls from other YouTube channels and Twitter handles and all that shit. I done seen polls that say, well, 60-70% of the fans want to see Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis. They got a built-in story already. A lot of people believe it's a winnable fight. A lot of people say it's a winnable fight for Devin no, hold on real quick. A lot of people say it's a winnable fight for Gervonta Davis. Why not go ahead and make that fight? Esau Cruz I mean, Ryan Garcia was a glorified tuna. You know, and I don't want to get too much into the business side of it, but don't you want to keep the momentum going? What better way? And Devin got to beat Lomachenko, and so we can say Haney / Cruz, Esau Cruz / Devin Haney / Lomachenko. So what better way to go ahead, beat Devin Haney? You always saying Devin Haney trying to be like you, and you heard him in sparring. Ain't no 12, 15-ounce gloves on. Ain't no headgear on. Ain't nothing but eights. Eights, no headgear. You versus him. And, we'll go on and sparring. Even if he did get the best of Tank in sparring, or Tank got the best, that's sparring. Like I said, well, Tank wasn't in shape. Devin wasn't in shape. Devin was 16, man. This motherfucker's 23, 24, and 27 years old. It's already a built-in backstory. It's already a built-in story. And on top of that, Devin Haney is not even at his physical peak right now because he's killing himself to make weight. So it ain't no point in putting a hydration clause on there. You comfortable at 135. You fought twice this year already. It's a natural progression. Devin Haney don't have a promoter after this fight. So if you get an option or two on him, he really wants to fight like George Camboso. Why not? Why not take it on? Why you want to take a step back? I'm not saying that you're going to do what Ryan Garcia did, but Tank Davis won every belt. From Reggie to Super WBA champion, the ring belt champion. You know what I'm saying? Get the hardware to go with the name credibility. Do I think he'll beat Devin Haney? It's possible. But he got to believe that he could beat Devin Haney. But Esau Cruz, too. Let's talk about Esau Cruz, too, right? And Lomachenko. With Esau Cruz, they ain't did shit with Esau Cruz. Esau Cruz has been at the bottom bitch. He's been the bottom bitch on undercards. At least if they line him up for Tank Davis, too, why not get him? And obviously, you can't get him in title shots. Right? Obviously, you can't put him in a situation where he can get a title shot because Devin Haney held all the belts, and then Gervonta Davis holds the Reggie belt. So I understand that. I definitely understand that portion of it. But why not put him in credible fights? Why not put him in there with Michelle Rivera as the main event? You know what I'm saying? Why not put him in there? You know what I'm saying? I don't know who else out there. Michelle Rivera. Even getting exposed versus Maxie Hughes, even going out there overpaying George Camboso as the main event. Something incredible. So we know we're going to build it right up as we want to do a rematch. Gervonta Davis is doing an amazing job. Ryan Garcia, he don't do what he do. But we need to take Esau Cruz and we need to build that name up. Even if he's sacrificing Crawford or sacrificing Errol or sacrificing Gary Russell Jr. or going to find Tevin Farmer and putting them in the main event for Tevin Farmer's name, Marlon Joseph Diaz, making Richard Comey come back now, reestablishing a Victor Bosa in the kill or something like that. Why not put them? My bad. So he can have more credibility going into the rematch. See, doing that rematch, ain't nobody really seen Eastside Cruz. He been on a couple undercards, but if you gonna put him back on pay-per-view, he should have been headlining. Matter of fact, at least he should have been a co-feature on the Tank Davis card. You know what I'm saying? You know, his last fight was last September on an Andy Luis Ortiz card. Who the fuck watched that? Before that, he fought Gamboa last April on the Spence and Ugas undercard. Like he ain't even headlining. And I understand you probably gotta pay him headliner money. I fucking get it. But that's the thing about investing. Investing time, investing into the stock market, investing into real estate. Eric, when you invest something, usually you don't expect to get rich quick. It's over time your investments piece together. Sometimes you might take a step or two back, 3 back to go 6 or 7 steps forward. So your investment would pay off when you put him back in the ring with Tank Davis. Now, what is his profile? Who really been following Eastside Cruz on all these pay-per-view undercards? Nobody. I don't fucking remember him fighting on some of them cards. You know? So now, you know, I guess they just banking on the namesake of Tank Davis and Eastside Cruz, you know, the original fight. But why not put a little bit of seasoning on Eastside Cruz, move him as the main event, fuck Frank Martin, put him in there with Michelle Rivera, fuck, you know, Rayo, put him in there with Chris Colbert, you know, Gary Russell, get your ass in there too, but feed him to Leo Santa Cruz, build that profile up, then you can do the rematch. You know what I'm saying? See, I mean, like I said before, they either cheat or they just don't know what the fuck they doing. And that's the honest truth. And the Devin Haney fight is the natural progression. Get the belts. And then, you know, he can go and fight Rolly's, take his belt. When Rolly get the new belt at 154, 140, I mean, he can have Ryan Garcia get the Rolly belt and come back and fight Ryan Garcia again. Say no catch weight, no rehydration clause. So when you do the numbers he did, you want to keep going. You want to keep progressing. And then once you progress enough, then you can pick and choose who you want to fight. Now, him and Lomachenko, I would maintain from the beginning, I thought he'd beat Lomachenko. You know, Lomachenko liked to walk in. Could that cause some problems? Yeah. But also Lomachenko showed me, unless it truly was a shoulder injury, that he don't like getting hit. And you got to understand, in the amateur, people say, well, Loma been in 1,000 amateur fights. In the amateurs, they ain't throwing, the vicious punchers don't really, you know, win shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the active punchers that win shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why ain't a lot of big punchers in the amateur, because it's 2-3 rounds, you throwing as many punches as you can. It's different than the pros. The amateurs is just a short burst hustle. That's why the Cubans, they good for first 6 rounds, but on the back end, you know, they've been so conditioned that, you know, some people are amateurized. That's what I'm with the. Some people are amateurized where they turn professional, but they still fight like an amateur. No matter how many professional fights they got, they still got a lot of amateur tendencies. You know, they still got a lot of amateur tendencies, and they can't shake them. Amir Khan, Ryan Garcia, you know, it's a lot of guys, you know, a lot of the Cuban fighters, you know, they still just touching you to score. They don't understand being a professional. You know, you in it for the long haul. You got to punch to keep guys off of you. You got to show your power. You got to pace yourself. A lot of people just was an amateur so long and just got do it that way. And I think Lomachenko really never felt no power like that in a real fight versus Teofimo Lopez. And I don't think he really liked it. I think what he really wanted to do, he waited till Teo Lopez power The steam came off the power and he started working. But the problem was when he got to working on the back end, his activity rate wasn't good enough. And just what Tarver said, he want to see Lomachenko start sitting down on the punches and inflicting pain on Devin Haney. He don't know how to sit on his punches. That's what happened. It's a great thing to be an amateur for a long time, and it's a really bad thing to be in there because you start getting amateur habits. And one of his amateur habits is he don't know how to finish because it ain't a lot of finishing opportunities in the amateurs, and he don't know how to sit on his punches because it's just about hustling. Look at some of the guys that won a gold medal. Zeus Shimming. You know what I'm saying? Look at Rigondeaux. No disrespect. Look how that's many punches you might see Rigondeaux throw other than that big Japanese kid that was whooping his ass. He made him throw. But you see him. Well, he like this. He's southpaw. You know, very, you know, he just taking his time. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's amateur shit. He said, I think Turner Haney going to throw up current below. It could. I don't even think Haney versus Loma fight is going to be even close. Man, I think it's going to be competitive, bro. It's only going to make Haney better. I don't, you know, people talk about Lomachenko look bad, whatever. He came from a war, quick turnaround. I expect to see the best Lomachenko, to be honest. You know, they trying to give the easiest pass possible without risk. He had a pass that my boy called it, my boy Smooth called it the path of the least resistance. But at some point, you got to take those tough assignments, bro. At some point, what did he tell Biggie and Notorious? What he say? What don't make a nigga? What he say? What don't break a nigga, make a nigga. Real talk. The failure is how you get to success. It is. Failure is how you get to success. Without failing, you can't be. That's why you see a lot of kids that get handed something, or you see people that, you know, people say, well, black people don't own shit or whatever. Black people did own a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? For real, they owned a lot of shit at one point. I ain't gonna say a lot per percentage, but there's a lot of people that handed houses down to their kids, and their kids, you know, went to go buy a Charger at 26% interest rate instead of fixing their credit, sold a house, bought a Charger or Challenger to move it into an apartment, and the money gone. See, it's one thing to hand your kids down something or hand somebody down something, but if they don't know how to manage it or how to get the most out of it, it don't matter. It don't matter. You got to show them actually how to maintain it, bro. And, you know, get money, you know, to be honest, it really ain't hard. People make money off their talent every day. People buy shit off Alibaba Express and sell it. Same shit that Victoria's Secrets make and sell it. But the hard part is, it's just like YouTube. People say, well, you know, I want to start a YouTube channel. Where do I get started at? The first thing I tell people about YouTube, consistent. Whatever you do, you got to be consistent. You know what to expect. Just got to be consistent. It ain't be yourself. It ain't, you know, it just be consistent. Why people like Coca-Cola? You know what the fuck it's going to taste like. You know? Why people like a particular car? You know the quality. You know? So, consistent. And I would just say pick something you love to talk about. You know, you got 1 subscriber, you know, or rather you talking to 1 million subscribers. So, that's what I always tell people. Just whatever you do, be consistent in it. You know? That's the number one rule about business for real. It's consistent. And you know, and I say this too about YouTube, right? When you start clocking money, always put it back into your channel. Whether it's cameras, lights, computers, Photoshop class at the community college, you know, whatever it may be, you put a little bit more back into your channel for sure. What's up, Gary? I see you. I'm gonna get to it. Gibbons ain't gonna put him in there with nobody more than 10% or 1%. I mean, that's all they probably got. They just gonna wait to hit the lottery. It is what it is, bro. You know what? Real talk. Alibaba Express. Real talk. Real talk. What do you think a lot of these dudes, these vendors get their shoes from? And these Nike Tech sweatsuits from? Even though they're not real, people don't give a fuck. Real talk. Where do you think a lot of these people getting their shirts to print their stuff on their shirts? They get it from there. They even got, a hair on there. What you call it? The things, the bundles and shit on there. Yeah, what do you think? When you see a vendor in the street with all these incense and these t-shirts and shit, they get them t-shirts, print on them, and flip them. People that made a hustle out of hanging TVs, and they didn't turn it into a business. I mean, shit, it's so much you can do. It's people that learn credit and how to report their credit. They go on YouTube and turn it into a business, turn it into a website, turn it into a seminar. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody on YouTube who just do simple shit. Oh, your garbage disposal, stop turning. Hey, get this Allen wrench turning. Oh, bought this new paper shredder. Here, ooh, I got this new phone. People make hustles out of everything, bro. People make hustles out of everything. People make businesses out of everything. Simple as that. Give me okay, I read that. He said Ringo broke old boy jaw. He beat on a few years ago. Badly his career. He has solid power size. He just don't always use it. Amateurize. You got to really make him push his output. If the fight close, they can give him to Loma top rank. Knows Haney's not a top rank fighter. Yep. He said Errol scared for Crawford. The Errol post-car accident can't handle that Crawford power. He knows it. Support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Let me know if you want to come on, Kobe. He said no. I know iOffer.com was big until they shut it down. Me and my boy made bread off that site. I mean, Alibaba Express is something, they shit overseas, so they can't really fuck with them. They sell a lot of that shit on Amazon. If you pay attention, they can't stop them. 704 Joseph Luke, Rob Rodriguez, what it do? Y'all, you like y'all draft? Our draft is good, real good. Real good. But yeah, where we going off to now? Let's talk about Wilder and Anthony Joshua. All right, we can talk about Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Apparently, I'm sorry, I'll just make sure I'm checking my messages. But yeah, apparently, Wilder kind of saying some things the fight is done. Anthony Joshua telling people the fight is done. Now, I expect them to take and let me know if y'all interested in the chat. But I expect them to take interim bouts. So I think Eddie Hearn did. The Zone basically came out and said we not waiting on December. The plan is for basically AJ to fight before December. So yeah, I think Andy Ruiz going around saying the Tyson Fury fight done in July. Yeah, he going around saying the Tyson Fury fight done July 22nd. What's that dude's name? Frank Warren saying it's not true, but he's in the running and all this type of stuff. So but yeah, I mean, is it a fight that people still interested in? A lot of people just gonna favor Deontay Wilder, but I think Anthony Joshua a live dog in there, and I think Andy Ruiz is a live dog. Shout out to pay-per-view PBC pay-per-view Palooza in the Cash App, but I think he a live dog, bro. I think he a live dog in there because both Andy and AJ, because we ain't really seen Wilder or Fury get hit after they fight. Ain't neither one of them got hit. Ain't neither one of them got touched. So are they both at the same point of their career? Absolutely. Both of them on their second trainer. Both of them struggle with conditioning. Yeah, both of them struggle with conditioning. Wilder didn't want to run miles. AJ got too much muscle mass on him. Didn't want to take the Klitschko's advice. I think I favor Deontay Wilder heavily because he can take a punch and keep going. But Anthony Joshua is a very explosive athlete. But I just think Wilder heart too big. If Wilder can still take a punch, heavily favor him. And what killed me in boxing? While I'm waiting for these dudes to jump on, is when we got somebody over here on the A side. I'm just on, let's just say AJ side, and somebody on Wilder's side, right? And or not only use them, just on one particular side of the thing. We got side A, side B, and on this side they say, well, all they gonna do when Errol Spence beat Terence Crawford is diminish what he done, right? They gonna make excuses, but them same people is gonna say, well, Deontay Wilder part of Anthony Joshua past his expiration date, it don't count. They understand there's exceptions to the rules, but we gotta call a spade a spade. If we're gonna say, well, Errol Spence ducking Terence Crawford or Gervonta don't want to fight Devin Haney, we gotta say, well, Dimitri Bivol ain't trying to get the fade with better BF. We gotta call a spade a spade. Am I wrong? We gotta call a spade a spade. And unfortunately, this fight won't happen in the States, and that's fine. It's a rumor, and it's just a rumor that Saudi Arabia could pay as much as $800 million for this fight between Usyk and Fury is one fight, and then AJ and Wilder. I don't know if it's gonna be like the Charlos, where they're gonna let one main event early and then a little undercard, then the next one when Charlos need to do a pay-per-view. But we gotta just be consistent, bro. We gotta be consistent, though. I don't like to play both sides, even though I'm like, man, I fuck with Brother BF tough, or I mess with this dude tough as hell, or that dude, man. You gotta be consistent, and it hurt. It hurt to come out here and say some shit and give a fighter credit that you don't respect or you don't really care for. So in this fight, I think they both in the same part of their career. Doesn't mean if it would have happened 4 or 5 years ago, the outcome wouldn't have been different. Don't mean that it wouldn't have been different, but it's still intriguing. And I think the majority of people would say Wilder and Joshua is going to be a better fight and a more look-to fight than Usyk and Fury. Now, if you had to ask me personally, it all depends on your flavor. I think Fury's had a lot of entertaining fights with guys shorter than him. He struggled from Cunningham to Ottawa. Obviously, people expecting AJ to get knocked out early, but AJ can do some knocking out too. He's a big dude. He can clip Wilder. We have not seen Wilder take any punishment since the Fury trilogy. And then again, we have not seen Fury take any punishment since fighting Deontay Wilder for real. So I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's bigger now. Than it was 4 or 5 years ago. Is it going to be more gratifying for the winner? I don't think so, because they could have took all them belts that Fury and Usyk fighting for and put it around somebody's waist. But I don't think they care about that. If you getting that amount of money, or you getting a lot of money for the fight, 300, 400, 500% more than you was getting then, that's all they care about. What up, Kobe? Okay, he jumped off, so I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. Is it really gratifying? I guess when you cash that fucking check, it is. But without the hardware, when he could have been for the hardware, I don't know, man. But I think a lot of people think Deontay Wilder too much of a man for Anthony Joshua. And how can Joshua win? You just got to jab. You got to capitalize off Wilder mistakes. And what's so funny is they both got bad conditioning for different reasons. Like Anthony Joshua conditioning sucked because he won't drop the muscle mass. He got bigger with Derek James. And Deontay Wilder conditioning sucked because he was refusing to run miles. You know, and I say this about the NBA all the time, right? If it worked for James Worthy, it worked for Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Wilt Chamberlain, and etc. You know, and let's just take it a step further. Work for Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Cycle, whatever that dude name was, Ronnie Coleman, and Jay Cutler. If it worked for them, why try to reinvent the whole wheel? You know what I'm saying? Why reinvent the wheel? If they lift weights and they were durable, and these NBA players picked up the weights, Ben Wallace, Shaq, and it worked for them, why are we trying to do, because the resistant bands and more calisthenics and pull-ups weren't actually pumping iron? And for Deontay Wilder, if it worked for Ali, it worked for Ali. Didn't like to run miles neither. And you talk about, well, what kind of conditioning? From what I seen Deontay Wilder was doing was sprints. And sprints are good for basketball players who play in intervals. They play. I hear you now. They play in intervals. Yeah, their basketball is good for intervals.
You hear background noise or not?
No, you're good. It's good for intervals. Boxing is good for the long distance, but distance is not for everybody though. But if you're gonna box, you gotta run distance. You still interested in AJ Wilder?
Yeah, why not? I mean, ain't nothing really else going on. I mean, outside of Usyk Fury, I mean, the more excited fight is AJ Wilder, I feel.
You think AJ got a chance? Hey, send Durag Shorty the link, bro.
Got you. Here's the thing. Maybe it's me, but having a little, remember how what was that? What you said with the Rolly and the tank and the Ryan in the tank, like where you making things a little bit more than they need to be. Maybe that's it. I seen somebody say something about Derrick James breaking, a fighter breaking him down and building him back up. Lion Killer has said that too. I don't know, but I still think that that Wilder gonna sleep him. I know Wilder ain't been touched yet.
I mean, he can't break. Yeah, I mean, AJ's a different case of breaking somebody down. Emotionally, can you, rebuild him emotionally back up?
I mean, seem to be in a better headspace. Especially because I'm the only one out of damn near everybody except for the ops that have been. I mean, I've been around him and I've seen that he just seemed like he in a better headspace. So I don't. You never really know what somebody thinking. Not gonna know unless they share it. They the only ones that really know what's going on in their head and whatever type of mental hurdles they got to go through. And it depends on the moment and where it's at, because you also got to deal with where the fighters are going to be fighting at. Is the crowd in Saudi Arabia going to be pro AJ or pro Wilder? That kind of factors into it.
I don't think Wilder give a fuck.
I don't think he give a fuck.
I think Wilder trying to take his head off. I don't think he coming there. And AJ can use that to his advantage too.
He definitely can.
But is he gonna be shook going into that fight, bro? Is the question.
Who, AJ?
Yeah.
If AJ shook going into that fight, then after that fight, he don't need to be fighting no more.
That man gonna try to kill his ass. I ain't gonna miss no words, bro.
No, he is. He is. As he should, though, because, wouldn't you be angry if this dude is the reason why you got your ass taxed?
I mean, he gonna try to hurt this man.
I don't blame him. What's the point of what you going in there to be friendly? I know I ain't.
He gonna try to fuck him. He gonna try to fuck dog up. I already know it. And AJ, I don't think being with somebody for 2 fights is good enough to change anything.
It really, all right. So look at Caleb Plant and Steven Bredman. Was there really that much of a difference outside of?
Darrell was older. He resorted right back to
stepping backwards,
and that was because
you kind of figured he was going to do. Yeah, you kind of figured he was going to do that because the ring. He requested a huge ring.
Man, it says he said on Instagram, "I'm about to go to war, so I meditate, hoping this boiled water wash away my pain and aches. As the weeks fall and the months roll by, this nice guy ain't so nice. Nah, Universe is speaking. I must obey while God holds my hand and leads the way. The saying is, if a life is taken, then one is created. Then I might as well reserve. Hold on. I might as well reserve a body bag and have a little Deontay on the way. This nigga talking shit.
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. That's the Wilder that we know and love. The Wilder that they tried to censor on ESPN. The Wilder that Mauricio Suleiman was trying to strip for saying that he's gonna catch a body. That's what he need to be. Okay, I'm all for it. Catch the body. Listen, if the body there to be caught, catch it. That's all I got to say. I don't give a goddamn about being friendly and gentle sport. Listen, you punching a man in the face. What kind of gentleman do that?
Mike Tyson says shit like that all the time.
It's an old gentleman sport. I mean, he's your friend. If what more would you do? What and helping your friend feed his family? No, yeah, giving him a job, not punching him in the mouth. But what do I know? I'm not a gladiator. You know what I'm saying?
Deontay Wilder was born a fighter. AJ was created a boxer. They
listen. You
gotta
manufacture
him as a boxer.
Exactly. You gotta. That's like putting Mike Tyson in the ring in the 90s at the peak of the 90s against Tyson Beckford.
Yeah,
one is a model, and the other one's just a fighter.
Yeah, he gonna. I mean, obviously I ain't gonna lie. I watched both of them. I'm excited for both of them. I do think Wilder and AJ did a better fight.
Especially if they're both on the same card. I don't know how that would be possible.
It is. Is it gonna be on the same card? Hell yeah, it's gonna be on the same card. Maybe they split it up or something.
If on the same card, then count me in. I will purchase.
You ain't gonna have to buy it in the States.
How? Why not?
That's gonna be in Saudi Arabia, nigga. They ain't gonna make you buy that shit.
How you know?
Man, they ain't gonna do that, man. It's gonna be at 5:00, bro, during the Christmas time.
Yeah. But they might never know.
The UK gonna have to buy that shit for sure.
Oh, duh. Yeah, because that's like peak hours for them. That's like
that's prime time.
Yeah.
They gonna sell the Saudis gonna sell the right. So that don't mean it's gonna be on the zones. Whoever pay for the rights in America.
Yeah, you're right. So Showtime might show it and just
they might throw that bitch on pay-per-view for sure. They is.
Yeah. Well, with the circumstances they going through.
Yep, but hold on. So, but yeah, I look forward to that fight. I don't know if Henry coming on. I'll let him. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Yes, go ahead. Cool. So, yeah, let's talk about Spence and Crawford. So apparently, go ahead.
Oh, Spence and Crawford. So supposedly that date is what? The 27th? The 22nd?
22nd.
22nd of July. And CJ, you said that these rumors are I'm not gonna say the concrete because concrete is solid. I'm gonna say they sheetrock. These are sheetrock news. Is this news at least?
That's what you're hearing. I mean,
is it stable?
Ain't nothing stable when talking about this.
Obviously, I mean, this is what the 5th time we've heard a date.
Yeah, people saying they want to. People saying this. I mean, Errol Spence like he in no shape, but I mean that's a different.
He looked like he been enjoying his burgers and shit like that, and his messy. We know Bud in shape.
But that's the rumor. And I heard this either gonna be Vegas or in Dallas. So I don't know how Dallas creeped in there, but that's the rumor.
Here's the thing. This is and common sense would, and I said y'all heard me say this before. Common sense would have me ask, how does Bud being in Dallas work, knowing that this is literally this is a problematic area for him? He's literally in enemy territory. So how would it work?
That ain't even the worst part. Some of the biggest robberies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Happened in Texas.
So you literally could have a quote unquote, even though I think he was hungover, a Michael Jordan Utah moment where somebody tried to poison his food. Somebody tried to harm him before the fight. Somebody tried to harm his family before the fight. Like, what kind of I don't get how those. What kind of amenities would they put in place to make sure Bud one is safe and his family safe, going to the fight and leaving the fight as well, if the fight is there in Dallas? Because I can't imagine Bud going to Dallas
Unless
and
Jerry Jones put up a big site fee.
yeah, unless Jerry Jones put up a big site fee and he gets a huge guarantee, knowing that he's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think about the safety part of the issue. I don't think they love that nigga like that.
I'm just thinking.
Reggie Miller used to say he used to make Mark Jackson go out and get his food in New York and bring it back.
Yeah, because because Mark is good in the hood.
Yeah, he was a public enemy, but shit. More likely it's gonna be in Vegas, so it's because it's either AT&T Stadium or T-Mobile. So they probably gonna be fighting at T-Mobile.
I figured it would probably be the T-Mobile. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I don't know if Bud and Errol could sell out Raider Stadium.
I don't even think that's a question. I just think they don't have a relationship with Mark Davis probably for that to even happen.
Yeah, that too. They don't.
Bob Arum do,
but you already know Bob ain't involved in this, so that's a different
Bob
story.
Arum got the relationship, and they could.
I mean, they
could. I don't know about selling it out, but yeah, I mean, Jake Paul fought at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
What's good, Kobe?
What's going on? But that was during the pandemic, and he didn't even had
That's where the fight really should be at, to be honest.
It should be in the A. It should be, because they would sell wherever the Hawks play at. They sell that bitch out.
They can fight at Mercedes-Benz though.
They sell that bitch out too.
Do we got insider news? This is really happening.
Man, who knows, bro? At this point, I heard it's happening, and I heard the Tank Davis numbers was real. So there y'all have it.
The 1 million.
What was the real?
1.2. They said that shit was real.
That's beautiful.
Every time.
That's right.
Wait, hold on now, Henry.
But that's from my PBC side of things, though. So
hold on now, Henry. Before you even go to disrespecting Tank, I will say this. Rick Glazer said he ain't gonna have the numbers. I asked him 2 times. He said he's not gonna have the numbers until tomorrow. So CJ might be right, because Rick is usually quick to put PBC on blast when it comes to their numbers. 2.
Okay.
2. Don't say that, Henry, because I'm pretty convinced Ryan's fan base, they not old enough to even apply for a credit card. Okay? So I don't know if it's just Ryan's fans, because he ain't never been on no pay-per-view before. I don't even think he main evented during primetime hours before. So we got to give credit where it's due. I think it's 50-50.
All right, I respect it. I just didn't know he could go from under 100K to 1.2.
That's why I said it's 50-50. That's why I said it's 50-50, because I work with a lot of Hispanics, and a lot of Hispanics know who Gervonta is, and they wanted to watch him lose, similar to the way that the Floyd Mayweather effect. They knew who he was, and they heard a person named Garcia. Never seen the Garcia person fight, though, and was willing to purchase the pay-per-view just because a guy named Garcia, who's really popular, was fighting against a guy that they already knew was a knockout artist in Tank, that they didn't like because of outside activities. So that in that case, that sounds like a 50-50 scenario to me. What about you? Where Henry at?
Maybe you got to unmute, but you know, Vegas is Vegas at this point for that fight. But you know, Errol Spence didn't like he was in much shape. But I mean, then again, he could just be getting bigger, so he can have a size advantage on fight night and just cut down. So
yeah, I mean,
how many weeks out we out from this shit?
Shit, let me count them up right now. I'll count it up and I'll let you know. So right now we basically say we are on Cinco de Mayo weekend. We in the week of Cinco de Mayo. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks for the 22nd.
They're gonna announce it at the bare minimum. The maximum is gonna be 8 weeks.
8 weeks out. Yeah. So if that is true, then that should be
But I keep hearing everybody saying it's gonna happen. It's happening then.
we'll see. I mean, what was the first date? June 19th or
June
some shit?
17th.
June 17th. I guess. I mean, I'm not like you said. I think fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times. At this point, it's like fool me 20 times. Like we don't know if this shit gonna happen, and if it don't, then
You
where
can't
do we?
consider yourself fooled unless you book tickets in advance.
I mean, you got a point there. But
I
still,
think it's happening. Alexis Rocha already took a fight. I heard he could be coming back right on the undercard too.
I heard. I seen when you said that.
So he could be coming right back on the undercard as well too. So
So
Rocha might be right on the card.
So Alexis Rocha is already off the table.
Yeah, he's supposed to fight May 27th. I think he's supposed to fight May 27th.
Which is my birthday. And Keith Thurman's off the table, right? Because he had he just.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he had a little one, right? He had a little one.
So Keith welcoming the new baby. Okay.
Yeah. There is no Jerron Ennis.
Like your boy saying, I didn't watch the video, but your boy saying that Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia made the money to make Terence Crawford and Errol Spence happen.
So they go reinvest.
I didn't click that video, but
me neither.
I didn't click that
Who
video.
Said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Your boy. So I don't know. I didn't watch it. But somebody's barber said it to me.
He's a bald guy. Is he bald?
Yep.
Yeah. The exposer. He's speaking the truth though. He be speaking the truth the last 10 months.
And they want to get back in.
That's what. Yeah, because he want to get back in.
What's that motherfucker? It was Joel Santana. The only time you niggas ball in the barber chair, barber head. Yeah, motherfucker want to get back in this shit. I mean, like I said before, man, they fight. I mean, it ain't gonna be no vindication for Terence Crawford fans.
It ain't.
You got a better chance of Jamel fighting Andrade than this fight happening.
Jamal and Andrade might have to fight next, to be honest.
Jamal.
They talk.
I said Jamel.
I
said Jamal.
I was about to say Jamal on Showtime shit list.
That's Al Heyman fault.
I'm surprised he let
That's Al Heyman. It ain't his fault. That's Al Heyman fault. They the ones that's trying to play four corners to wait on Canelo Alvarez.
He just be at fights drunk. Jesus Christ, they ruined it.
Man, when you going through what that nigga going through, hell yeah.
At this point, I know it ain't. I know it's a big scam, but he need to go to church and get baptized. Because
man, shit. You've been with somebody since high school. What you expect?
Or join the Nation of Islam.
Shit.
One of those. Shit. Because he really his career going to the shitter, bro.
Blame Al.
His shit really going into the shitter. Like he ain't fought in 2 years. We just gonna call it 2 years because that's
they was waiting on. Wow, they was waiting on Canelo.
Canelo wasn't gonna fight that man, bro.
Yeah, well, Eddie Renato said it's the important fight they got to take. Now that he's vulnerable, so
yeah, sure.
AJ and Wilder, a good fight. I'm leaning towards Wilder reluctantly. He said AJ got to get to him early. Wilder eventually going to land something that sent him out to outer space. Johnson, what's going on? He said Wilder F up AJ. AJ, he always was hype job. Usyk had an AJ wobbly at the end of the first fight. Wilder will have AJ in another dimension. Wilder and AJ will be bigger than Usyk and Fury. 4 years too late. It's not what it could have been, but it's still a really big fight. When the time comes, it's going to be one of those don't blink fights. How are you a boxer and don't run miles? Go ask Deontay Wilder. I remember they had him running miles not too long ago. That nigga looked hella uncomfortable.
You know what the thing is? He was suffering from his own success, bro. That's the answer for that question.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You gotta do the Tyson Fury always run miles. He run a lot of them shits.
But you guys gotta understand something. Not you guys, but to the homeboy that wrote that. The last time Wilder went to distance was the Luis Ortiz fights. Besides that, everybody was under 5 rounds in the last 5 years.
No, when you say went the distance, you mean like the bell ringing
Outside
or
of the
just 12?
6th.
Okay.
No, outside of the 6th round,
Mhm.
only Ortiz and Fury brought him outside of the 6th. So he fought Fury 3 times, and he fought Ortiz twice in 18 months. So he's only been the distance 5 times in 44 fights in the past 5 years.
Man. He said conditioning is a very important part of every sport. How you expect to be successful if you skip that part? Well, it's the right conditioning. And you ain't gonna tell a sprinter to go out there and run 10 miles. It's all different type of training. But he was running like a sprinter or like a basketball player. I like what Tyra said about Water. People act like Water got an iron chin. He really ain't been in there with no puncher. Shit, anytime somebody outweigh you by 50, 60 pounds, dog,
No,
that's a puncher.
you can't. Yeah, you can't. First of all, and chill, because the heavyweight division, everybody could fucking punch. So you can't say he ain't been in there with no punches. Because the way that Ortiz had him wobbling the first fight in Brooklyn, like that, he's been in there with a puncher. He's been in there with somebody, and he took that shot flush. And like CJ just said, dude outweighed him by what, 40 pounds, 50, 60 pounds, and was hitting him flush, and he still was coming back and dropped him.
The thing about boxing is people forget. I'm gonna tell you guys again, you haven't heard me in a while. Once you get from 175 and up, it no longer matters about technique on your punches. Once you land in something clean, anybody can go down. Once somebody's 175 and up, bro, you're liable to be stopped by anybody. It's just the way the human body works. So you can't say at heavyweight a guy wasn't fighting punches.
Bro. Hence why Canelo ain't really out here. Canelo not out here taking them risks. And that one cherry he thought he could pick ended up beating his ass at 75.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Canelo fought 2 people that was around Beaver's size. Well, no, they actually were bigger. Fielding, Kovalev,
Callum Smith.
And Callum Smith.
Yeah, they're all bigger than Beaver, if not his
all
size.
around it. Oh no, and if you want to count Chavez Jr.
He drained his ass, so that don't even count.
Oh, he drained the shit out of him.
No, Chavez Jr. wasn't recent though. That's why I didn't say his name.
He said Spence looked like a retired fighter.
Does anybody think? But no, I heard somebody talk about, like an amateur young guy. He said one time he was in Errol Spence's camp, and he said he seen Errol weigh almost 180 and lose over 30 pounds in a month because he'll wear sauna suits like people wear underwear and burn that off. And he has a great work ethic. That's the thing about Errol that a lot of people say. So Errol don't manage his weight the best way, but he knows if I sign for a fight, I'll wear my sauna suit like it's underwear.
And that's a bad habit to have when you're creeping into your 30s.
It is a bad habit, but the fact that he will do it says a lot about his character.
He just better make sure, like, when he get into a fight like this, he don't walk in bone dry, even though warming up is not.
You cut that much weight, you ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
You cut that much weight before a fight, you don't have a choice. It has its advantages.
You
still got to keep that natural size. He said always
these long breaks. This is nasty.
Always come with real positivity. He said Atlanta would be nice, but Vegas would be better. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No, the thing about it is it'll get approved in Atlanta because Georgia's not a big fight city. So if Errol has any underlying issues with his health, they'll approve it in Georgia before Vegas. Vegas is technically the fight capital of the world.
And then Vegas and New York, they don't play when it comes to injuries or anything like that. NYC, you getting
that was a rumor about Errol Spence. He couldn't get cleared in Vegas.
But remember, we had that suspicion from after the Ugas Pacquiao fight. Remember, we kind of had heard some stuff about him not being able to fight in Vegas anymore, but it never materialized in anything. So I guess we just kind of moved on from it.
Yeah, if you guys want to know something funny about New York, it's hard to get a stay busy fight in New York as a fighter. What I mean by that is you can't like you can't be Gervonta Tank Davis and fight a guy with 25 victories, 13-12. New York won't allow that. Like that's the weird thing about New York. They don't really allow stay busy fights like that unless you're a fighter with a lot of losses versus a fighter with a lot of losses. I just thought I'd say that because it's like a random fact about New York. They basically trying to not have uncompetitive fights.
Yeah, support the channel, Venmo, CJ Good 313. I don't see it happening. Clint say, I think it sounds like it. So I know y'all don't believe. He said, Nonito says he doesn't run miles. What do you do? I know Sergio Martinez rode the bike. He wore the sauna suit.
He probably swim then.
I mean, shit to carry 102 pounds.
I mean, yeah, it really ain't.
Oh,
but he's also 40.
Yeah.
He also 40. So, like you said,
heavy on the knee.
Yeah. He probably don't eat heavy either. So
he eat a thing of rice and that's his 2,000 calories.
I was about to say his culture, they're not
naturally big people.
Big meals. Yeah, and they naturally smaller. So I mean, I'm not expecting him to be like, oh, I blow up to 150. Like he'd probably walk around max 125, 130.
Yeah, probably something like he did blow up kind of big with taking New York. I punched the first time. That shit didn't work the second time though.
No, it did not.
It did not work. Well, they finally fight, bro. I hope they give you more of an 8-week notice then. I mean, they be bullshit wasting time announcing these fights.
It's basically 8 weeks after next week. We 10 weeks out that they fight.
If it's July 22nd, we did the math. It's damn near 12 weeks. So if they announce it next weekend or the weekend after, well, next weekend would be ideal because it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. So if they announce it next weekend to try to take the spotlight away from Cinnamon, then yeah, it'll be like an 11-10 week.
That ain't gonna be hard to do.
Yeah, because Cinnamon ain't fighting nobody. So I don't even think I'm gonna be watching. I got something to do that day. Yeah, I got a christening to go to. So yeah.
I mean, if I ain't doing shit, I forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. I forgot Guardians of the Galaxy come out next weekend.
Did you see the George Foreman movie?
Nah, I might go see it. I might do a double feature Saturday.
I might call out of work. I don't feel like going in tomorrow. And I got PTO stockpiled to the ceiling right now. So
my job gives us unlimited PTO, my brother. Yes, sir.
Well, I ain't in the union no more, so
I don't be using and abusing for what? I take my ass in. Fuck that.
No, I don't feel like going. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I don't feel it and I got other shit to do, then I'm gonna do that.
I'm going there, shit, because I might need to call a quickie real quick. I don't mind it. My shit ain't too hard. You don't feel like it. I ain't mad at it, but set them for them winter days, nigga. Shit.
They accumulate anyway, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I can take as many as I want down there. But I don't abuse it. I don't want the black guys abusing it. And they take it away because of me. No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. He probably be getting in the infrared sauna too. Shit. I'm about to go try that in a couple weeks.
What's an infrared sauna?
It's hotter. It's a hotter sauna, but it uses infrared lasers. So I'm going to this little spa that do it. I ain't buying one. Them bitches like $2 bands. That ain't really bad though. But but yeah, it's heated up by infrared lights and shit. And it's only 30 minutes. I don't think you can sit there for like 30 minutes.
And that help you drop the weight.
They do a bunch of shit. They say pain relief, relaxation, sleep, fighting illnesses, improve heart health. Within minutes of sitting in the infrared, your body natural response begins. Hell yeah, it's a lot of shit that it do. Somebody was talking about they used to have the sauna where you couldn't see nobody in there. It was all steam, and they got rid of that shit.
Like the ones that be in the movies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They said infrared sauna is a type of sauna that uses light to make heat. That's basically what it is. This type of sauna is sometimes called far infrared sauna. Far describes where the infrared waves fall on the light spectrum. A regular sauna uses heat to warm the air, which turns warms your body. So they said this shit pretty good, man. And no, I'm not watching that weak ass Laker Warriors series. If you'll ask, I'm not covering shit. It's a blackout on this channel. I ain't even watched that Sacramento game. Fuck both of them. Well, I don't hate the Warriors.
What are you talking about?
Damn,
what are you talking? What is wrong with you, bro? Yo, bro, fam, I don't expect you to be watching basketball. Go
Denver.
scout.
It ain't Denver.
No, don't.
Y'all don't know,
go
man.
Go scout basketball. Go scout.
Y'all need me. Y'all look. Y'all need me, man, because you and Gemini Hoops don't know shit.
What you talking about, bro?
We don't know shit. Christian Bron better than the whole. Christian Bron better than the whole Laker bench and some of that.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Who in the starting lineup on the Lakers?
He's not better than Rui. He's not better than
who?
Rui.
Yeah, way better than him.
Well, yo, Henry, don't.
You want the Asian black dude?
Yeah, Rui. Yeah. Don't bring up Rui.
Trash.
I was about to say he ain't better than Austin Reeves.
He ain't
better than AR-15.
Who's AR-15?
Austin Reeves.
Better than him.
No, he's not.
He way better than Austin Reeves.
Hold on.
Way better.
You can't. The West Finals, the West playoffs right now is.
Look here. I didn't know who this white boy was, but I was watching the hoop a couple weeks ago. I
don't know why CJ's talking basketball. Aren't you happy about Detroit?
Bro, wasn't not
Detroit?
Who said the Kings will have a better record than Lakers? That's all I want to know.
But where are the Kings right now?
Man, all them niggas was hurt.
On their way to Cancun.
All of them was hurt. All of them was hurt. Yes, they was. Sabonis had a hand injury, and De'Aaron Fox hurt his hand. Yes, he did. He had a hand injury.
CJ, I'm gonna tell you like Shannon Sharp said. If you come on the court, you step on the lines, it doesn't matter.
Man, it would have mattered. It would have mattered if both them niggas was healthy.
CJ, the king of making excuses for the.
It would have. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's y'all should stop next round anyway.
Yeah, that's what you said last round. That's what you said first round. You said that.
I don't trust the Memphis Grizzlies. I ain't picked them niggas.
I'm not a Lakers fan. My Warriors is playing his Lakers. We going to
man. They by that train stop. It stops. The Lakers train stop. I don't care if the Lakers win it.
You don't care.
The Warriors win it long as them whole ass niggas don't win.
Why you hate the Lakers? Go scout for the
LeBron.
Pistons. You should be worried about what.
Bro, y'all about to be at the crib with no capital, and Kyrie gonna destroy y'all franchise next year.
Whatever.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy y'all petty win over Memphis.
You said you were celebrating when we started out 0-9. You were celebrating.
Y'all about to lose. It don't matter.
You said, y'all done. I told you.
It don't matter. If y'all would have fell in the 8th spot, y'all have been done.
We would have smoked Denver. And that's
y'all would not have, nigga.
You know why? Because Jokic is Anthony Davis's daughter. Okay.
You crazy as fuck. Did you just say DeAndre Ayton, bro? Was a man and he a beast? He don't do this to Jokic?
I didn't say nothing.
Man, yes, you did. You really saw him. He got dog last night. The Lakers don't have an answer
and
for
Phoenix
Jamal.
Still gonna beat him.
Look. Okay, bet. But which one to bet?
No, we not betting that.
I thought so.
We not betting that.
I thought so.
You know what I texted you yesterday?
They have no answer.
Your little Sacramento Kings couldn't even get past Golden State.
That was my team. Look. They had no.
They seem like they've been your team for the past 3 years because every goddamn August you say that Sacramento gonna be better than LA.
They was, and they would have played them in the first round. A
dead clock is right twice a day. The past 4
y'all got no answer for nobody. Nobody will Austin Reeves in the starting lineup.
Who can guard AD on the goddamn Warriors?
Himself. He trash.
He better than anybody on the Pistons.
I'll take Cade Cunningham and Jay Knight over him every day.
Matter of fact, he better than every big man that ever played on Detroit Pistons.
No, he not.
Yes, he is.
No, he not.
Yep,
no, he not.
Yes,
he's not better than even Ben Wallace. He not better than Rasheed.
Yes, he is. Cry 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. And they got the same amount of rings.
Where? The bubble, we don't count the bubble wrap ring. So stop it.
Then we don't count 99 then.
I don't care.
I just want to switch topics and say something.
We're not switching no topics. Fuck that.
Why is nobody? No. It's not. It's still basketball. Why nobody wondering why the Grizzlies won one series in 3 years. Like, why has nobody?
Because they
cared about
young. They young.
Oh,
bro.
stop this whole
But
young
they the
shit.
number
They
one. But they're the
young.
number one
Stop it.
trash talker.
But
They're
they
the
not.
number one
They
trash
not.
talker.
They don't even have a lot of talent. If you really watch
Oh
them,
my
they don't have a lot
God!
of
Please
talent,
stop.
bro.
They have the defensive player of the year. What you
And he
talking
don't
about?
even know how to fucking do a basic hook over the right shoulder.
Whose fault is that? Does Jokic know how to do that? No, he don't.
what you-
But he's still the
Bruh.
MVP, right? He's still
Bruh.
the reigning MVP, right?
And this dude talk basketball. You just heard what he said.
I'm not.
You
I'm
know
not
he don't know what he talking about, right?
even, all I know
No,
is
I got him
Jokic
on
got
mute.
all of the moves.
Oh,
Jokic
thank
got
you.
all of the moves.
Thank you.
Jokic got all of the moves.
Another delusional fucking Laker fan.
False.
Yep.
False.
No Lakes in LA. Y'all the Minneapolis Lakers. Change that Laker name.
You just I don't know why you so bitter.
Trash.
Y'all's bitter.
AD
bitter.
trash.
And I know why you don't like the Lakers. It's because LeBron did. I don't like LeBron neither. But listen, bruh, you was
Y'all
the one
not
talking
going
shit about the
nowhere.
Lakers. I
Y'all
ain't say
not
we was.
going-
Listen,
y'all
I
ain't
never
going
said in the
nowhere.
beginning of the season we was
Y'all ain't
going
going
anywhere.
nowhere.
But
Y'all
we in the
beat
second round.
Golden State. Y'all getting that ass taxed regardless.
And guess what? Who did I say was going to the finals? Phoenix. That's who I said was
They
going to the finals.
They might not get a fucking game.
I said Phoenix was going to the finals.
KD is finished. He finished.
That's
Y'all can't see it because y'all don't know what the fuck y'all looking at. But if you watch Kevin Durant, he can't go left or right. Watch him. And Chris Paul out there on
I wish you could see my face.
He can't. Watch the game. Watch how many times you seen Kevin Durant get ripped up in the playoffs like this before.
Last year.
He was injured. Thank you.
He was hurt.
He's still hurt. He's not KD.
So why is it okay for you? So why is it okay for you to rip KD for being hurt, but then you giving Ja and these niggas a pass talking about they was hurt?
Look, Memphis.
And De'Aaron Fox.
Listen. He what? It's a fact, bro.
And Sabonis, you talking about everybody hurt,
Bruh.
Durant, oh, he's finished.
He is. Y'all just can't see it. I can see it. He not the same player, bro. He not. He can't go left and right. If I was them, I'd make Kevin Durant put the ball on the court every time. And with Memphis, they just young. They young and immature. But they don't have a lot of talent. They are overachievers. They don't.
And what are the Lakers?
An old piece of bubble wrap championship winning up. They about to lose.
So
I'm telling you, they about to lose. It don't even matter.
Lakers get no credit, right?
And look like whoever come out the West is gonna lose regardless, bro.
So they get no credit. The Lakers get no credit.
Whoever come out the West about to
You
lose
can't answer
regardless.
my question. The Lakers get no credit, right?
Credit for what?
Okay, there we go. Lakers get no credit.
Credit for what?
Kobe,
What you want to get credit for?
The Lakers get credit. They made it out the first round and they beat the Defensive Player of the Year. But
the Lakers get no. We started out 2-9, 2-10, 2-10. See, it's like y'all done. Y'all not better.
Y'all still is done. Y'all not about to win.
Y'all not better than Sacramento.
Y'all not
do better than Sacramento. We did better.
I swear to God, I wish y'all got that A spot. Y'all would have got.
And we would have beat them niggas in 6.
Y'all can't fuck with them. Y'all don't have nobody to guard Murray.
6.
Who y'all got to guard Murray? Nobody wants to Reese when shit
the same guy that was guarding Ja Morant.
Who?
Vanderbilt.
That nigga will cook.
Yeah, sure.
Jamal Murray is way better than Ja Morant.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's not.
He's better than him at dribbling and shot making.
You see that pass? You see that? Hey, look. You see that pass he hit Jokic with last night? Oh. Nasty, bro.
It was something
Denver just too deep of a basketball team. That's just what it boiled down. Phoenix only got 2 players.
Well, they traded most of their bench for KD.
Yep, they only got 2 players, bro. Chris Paul is a half. They got KD.
I don't even know if he a half. He might be a quarter.
That's it. Denver just can throw too many. That Christian Braun kid, I don't know where he came from. He is starting caliber.
He was a college. I think he was a 3-year college player. Last year he looked a little. Last year it took him some time to get comfortable, but when I seen him play last year, I knew, you're gonna fit with Jokic.
He can play, bro. They got too much firepower not to be competitive with Boston this year because it's gonna be Boston.
I mean,
I think
it's looking like
the
Boston.
Miami Heat,
And then it's gonna be the man, and then it's gonna be the end of old boy they relationship.
Who?
I hate to say that shit.
Harden, and
Brown and
Oh
Tatum.
yeah, of course.
And Brown gonna let all these motherfuckers talk about a great situation.
And he
That's
gonna
exactly
go somewhere. And he gonna go somewhere where he can't handle
exactly
the burden of being a lonely star. And
he
gonna try to get somebody
and his body gonna start breaking down like the Vaseline eating nigga from New York City. Like Tracy
why do you
McGrady,
keep bringing up the Vaseline, bro? Leave
like
that. Let it go.
Just like all them niggas, man. Free Will talking about want all this money and all this shit.
He's not from New York.
But I'm just saying, I didn't say he was. I said Free Will talking about he want all this money and breaking them up in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, he was an idiot. He was a jackass. What was it? What they offered him? $13 million, and he was like, "That's."
Kevin Garnett said in the interview. Kevin Garnett said in the interview that he was really a genius. He said he should be putting motors together, computers together on the plane. He said he was a real hood nigga genius. He said they'd be on the plane and he should be putting the whole computer together on the plane.
I ain't even finished that interview either.
Man, you better finish that shit.
I'm not.
But Jermaine O'Neal interview was better though.
I hate Kevin Garnett to the core just because he was a Celtic, but
man, that don't even count. I don't even count that nigga as no Celtic.
I don't, but I do.
I don't count that nigga as no Celtic.
He was a Celtic for 4 seasons.
Wasn't he defensive player of the year as a Celtic?
He got a championship, but man, Kevin Garnett and him and Stephon Marbury would have won titles.
I don't know.
Hell yeah, they would have won titles, nigga. Like
Stephon Marbury, one of the greatest point guards that I've ever watched.
Just a fucking nutcase, like the rest of you New York niggas. Larry Brown, Lance Stevenson, all the talent in the world, just something in that water. All I saying, he says KD is not finished. The Celtics is supposed to guard LeBron. He's not the same, bro, coming off that Achilles injury. His body is built different from a LeBron or Dominique Wilkins. He more longer limbs. Slender. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's more slender. Kevin Garnett, my second favorite player of all time.
Allen Iverson.
And that one,
second favorite.
Allen Iverson is my favorite. Nobody can ever take them 2 spots. Never.
Young Derrick Rose made AI reconsider basketball.
Kobe
nice, but he ain't Iverson.
To me, an AI number 2.
Man, he ain't Iverson.
Hey man,
he ain't Iverson.
Those is not debates that I'm not even willing to talk about.
He ain't Iverson.
Listen, those is not debates I'm not even willing to talk about.
He ain't Iverson.
Those is not debates I'm not willing to talk about, CJ.
Kobe third, but he ain't Iverson, nigga.
Kobe can't be third, brother.
Guess what, Henry? They ain't Iverson.
I got 4 guards that did Iverson bad. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it is what it is. Ain't nobody Iverson, bro. Iverson brought the hood to the NBA.
He's an icon.
He did.
He's an icon. Everybody wanted to be like Iverson.
I got braids because of Allen Iverson.
You had to just be there, dog. And Kevin Garnett always liked the intensity he played with. So them 2 spots will never change. It just never will happen. I don't care. My son can never occupy them 2 spots. Sorry, no matter how good your unborn ass is. You could never be Allen Iverson and Kevin Garnett. I don't give a fuck if you average 100, 100, 100. Never.
Listen,
Kobe once said, "We all lucky AI is not 6'6".
He did say that.
AI was a fucking wasn't no low management.
No low man, and he was out here playing drunk with a hangover, dropping 30 on niggas.
He never physically fell off neither. He just
he didn't. He didn't.
He had the LeBron syndrome. He couldn't play without the ball.
No, and he said, "I'm not coming off the bench."
Yeah, he can't play without the ball. That's what happened.
He said, "Fuck that."
Melo did. Melo's put his ego aside to play without the ball.
Oh, but you know what? Let's not even go with the Melo.
Go ahead, say it.
I already know what you about to say.
Just say
Melo's trash.
No, Melo nice.
So what? You always talking shit about him. I don't know why.
Yeah, Melo nice.
Oh, Melo top 10 small forwards all time. That's what I was about to say.
He ain't better than Michael Petrus.
Yo, the fact that you pull that name out.
He ain't better than Hito Turkoglu, nigga.
Yo,
remember
Charles used to be like Michael Peaches? He was like, how you pronounce his name? Peaches?
Okay, who you got? Melo.
Uh-huh.
or Scottie Pippen?
Carmelo Anthony. No,
Carmelo. Greatest.
Carmelo graded only because Scotty was always a sidekick for majority of his career, and then when he went over to Houston, he was injured. He was a shell of himself, similar to KD. What you say about KD?
I think I'll probably say I'll probably pick Scotty, but it's close.
Melo more talented than Scotty.
Melo's a better individual player. Scotty got a better career.
I don't know if he's better individually, bro.
I don't know if he better. No, I think Melo's better individually.
That's what I said.
But I don't know, man.
But I think NBA wise, I think Melo's resume in the NBA is a little bit better. Just not award wise. Scotty was a bad.
Scotty just. I think Scotty too much for him. Scotty the best perimeter defender I ever seen, bro.
Outside of
everybody,
even better than Claw.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not. I got.
When Magic was cooking Michael in the '91 final,
they put Scotty on him.
Nah.
I think Gary Payton's a better on-ball defender than Scotty.
No, I got Scotty.
Nah,
6'9", 7 foot wingspan, whatever the fuck he had. I just people.
Player of the year.
And then Scotty, I forget Scotty was a great. I mean, the thing about defensive player of the year, man, that shit be like they try to measure it with stats.
He played next to Mike. That's why
I was just say that because you couldn't measure what he did with stats. You see what I'm saying? Like guys like him,
that same effect.
But yeah, Gary Payton got steals too.
Okay.
So you can measure it with steals, but with Scotty, what Scotty did, who was else talking about? Ron Artest never got one, did he?
No.
But he should have. Ruben Patterson, maybe some years. They just couldn't measure their shit with statistics. That's why they got it.
Listen, Ron Artest was a brick wall.
If we talk about on-ball defenders, Scotty and Gary and Ron Artest is the top three.
Scotty and Scottie Pippen was a hell of a playmaker too. That's why I take him.
Yeah, he handled the ball. He distributed well. But Melo, I put Melo over there because Melo did more.
Dominique Melo.
I
don't know. That's a toss-up for me.
That's a toss-up. That's
Dominique and Melo. I mean,
yeah, that's a toss-up.
They got similar careers.
Melo slightly.
I give Melo slightly the edge. Slightly.
I'll probably go with Dominique just because I want to.
Yeah. I'll give this Melo slightly. I still give the edge to Melo slightly. Dominique KD.
Come on, man. KD, man. I mean, KD probably was second or third? Second or third? Who? Oh, I forgot about Brian.
Yeah.
No. KD third, and he ain't moving.
Third.
Yeah, I forgot about Brian.
So who's second? Who's second on y'all list?
Larry.
Brian. I mean, probably Brian. Brian for me.
Larry for me.
I got Bird, bro.
Bird number one.
Bird's just.
I respect it. Listen. There's nothing I can say about Larry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna talk.
I mean, it's all preference though.
No, I'm not gonna say
LeBron can easily be number one at the point guard or the 3 spot. So it don't really fucking matter. Like he probably the greatest point guard of all time if you really think about it.
I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Mentality wise, because Magic's still number one to me.
Magic nice. Magic nice. Jason Kidd.
And I can't put LeBron over Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas beat the Lakers on 1 foot.
I think Brian. I think you can make a case for Brian for number
over
one.
Isaiah.
You can make a case for number one over everybody as a point guard.
Nah.
That nigga did. Yeah, he made a lot of people better. I mean, Hito Turkoglu don't get his credit because he was the reason that Magic team, him and
Dwight
Howard. Hell yeah, Turkoglu was a problem.
Yeah, he was.
CJ, why you mentioning Turkoglu?
Yeah, he out here mentioning Turkoglu. Turkoglu ain't shit compared to Melo. So stop.
And better passer.
Nigga, shut up.
He was, nigga. He was.
CJ, what does that mean? What does that mean?
He's a better playmaker, though. That Orlando Magic team don't beat Brian and without Turkoglu.
Nigga, please.
He was the real point guard, was he not?
Rayford Alston, aka Skip to my Lou, picked up
Jameer Nelson, but that man Turkoglu was the second best player on that team.
Jameer Nelson shorter than me. God damn, that nigga was probably.
Yeah, he was the second best player on that team, bro. For sure.
He was.
Turkoglu was a problem. You gotta remember, he was on the end of the bench for the Kings.
He definitely was. He was a young dude.
Yeah, that nigga was on the end of the bench. You gotta remember, people forget Jermaine O'Neal was on the end of the bench for the Blazers for years.
Him and then he left, and then they brought Zebo in, and then
he said it got so bad. He stopped showing up to the games.
what?
They sent Rick Carlisle to come get him. He acted like he wasn't at home. He said shout out to the Paul Allen family for never leaking that to the media.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it's a real good interview, man. Like this nigga talked about he still got all his fucking jewelry, dog.
He do?
He said
he got that J07 chain. That shit was fire.
He said he got Quinn Richard was talking about this rose gold chain that he had that it came out. That's when rose gold was hot. He said, I still got that. He said, I'm gonna melt it down, melt on my jewelry down and give it to my son. He said, you ain't gonna let him keep one piece. He said, no, I gotta make sure he know how to protect the shit first. He gotta make sure his hand's good enough to protect it. He said he had a whole wristband. Quinn Richard said he had a whole wristband of all invisible diamonds, dog.
Invisible set?
Yeah, he said the whole wristband. He said he said he still got a lot of that jewelry, bro. I didn't know he was that good and he's that good in the with his money like that. You know, he got like a big old sports complex down there in Dallas and shit.
Word?
Yup. You know, what's so funny about it, he talked about how his girls team and Cade Cunningham came out of his program, and a couple other NBA players came out of his program. But he said him and Kobe was supposed to do a home and away with the girls teams.
Oh.
And he said when they came to Dallas to play them at his little complex in Dallas, he said that he couldn't make it because it was the 50th anniversary for the Trailblazers. So he told Kobe, Jason Terry coached the team, and he told Kobe he'd meet him in, and when they played in LA. He said that he couldn't meet Kobe in LA. So at the time, Jason Terry took over the team. So Jason Terry took the girls to Dallas to LA to play Kobe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the day Kobe helicopter did what it did. Yep.
Oh, damn.
That was the day. That was the day he was going to play Jermaine O'Neal's team, him and Jason Terry's team and shit.
Oh, I just seen this picture. Hold on. Let me ask you this question. Who you got, Melo or Paul Pierce?
Melo.
Paul Pierce is my cousin. I love this nigga.
I don't know.
Paul Pierce is my cousin's favorite basketball player of all time.
I know Pierce just because of accolades. I didn't know Paul Pierce was from Oakland today. I thought he was always from LA and shit.
You ain't never talked to Town on the phone?
Yeah, he told me today.
I was about to say.
Vince Carter or Melo?
Melo.
Phil Jackson said he could have been better than everybody. He just didn't have a mentality.
Who, Melo?
Vince Carter.
Think
about it. You had a nigga that could dunk and run and was quick, and who could actually play basketball.
And he could shoot.
He said in high school he used to be able to touch the top of the backboard.
God, I believe it.
He said he said they just jumped like that in Florida and shit. He said he couldn't jump as high when he got to the league though. I didn't know Vince Carter came in averaging 20 like that, bro. I forgot.
VC. So here's the question. Because I don't think it's Vince Carter. But a lot of people say it's Vince Carter because of that night. Who the greatest dunker of all time? Dunk contest dunker.
I got Vince Carter, bro.
You're going to be like, hell no, it's not this person.
You going with Zach LaVine?
Yep.
Vince Carter, bro.
I got
what Zach LaVine did, but Vince Carter shit was unreal, dog.
Well, he kind of...
And he had his cousin that was competing against him throwing the ball.
Yeah, and T-Mac's dunks wasn't that bad either.
No, man, Vince Carter was like, no, he had to beat her. That nigga put his arm in the rim. I said, yo.
I watched that shit live. I remember.
Man, that nigga they put a dunk contest in a video game because of that nigga.
Oh, my God. NBA Live you talking about?
They put it in because of him.
That shit was so cold.
He put it in because of him, bro.
Like, that shit was cool. I ain't gonna lie, but
you just had to be there, bro. You just wonder, like, if they could have seen him and McGrady would have stayed together, what it would have been like in Toronto.
Imagine if
Grant Hill talked about that too. He talking about I didn't know about that McGrady kid when I got to Orlando. He said, but I found out real quick how good he was in practice.
Yep. Imagine if that team would have, even if it was just him and Grant.
Yeah, Grant said he fucked himself up by coming back too soon. And the bones end up fusing together.
Damn,
my mistake. Really? Yep. He said he didn't want to blame nobody. But he said
that's what it was?
That's what and then he came back too quick and the bones didn't heal right or they fused or some shit, and that's what took him so long to come back. He rushed to come back. That's originally what did it. But
Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway, the two biggest what ifs in NBA history.
And Lynn Bias.
Oh, well, Len Bias didn't get a chance to play, so
So it is what if.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
The Celtics would have never stopped.
Yeah, because Larry was
another kid from Baltimore.
Who?
That passed away. Reggie Theus. What's his name? Was it Reggie Theus? What's his name? Reggie Lewis.
Reggie Lewis.
The one that played with Muggsy Bogues in high school.
Oh, okay.
The one that didn't he have a heart attack or some shit?
Yeah. He died on the court, right?
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, they lost two really good players in the history.
They said Len Bias was out here busting Mike ass.
Yeah. Dominique was too, bust his ass at one of them record like courts.
Oh, at the pro-ams?
Yeah.
No, I know people that was like, listen, my best friend's pops said he was in Maryland and he went down there and he watched Len Bias play. And he said, damn, this nigga cold. He said he didn't know who he was. So he turned on TV and watched him play North Carolina. And he was like, listen, y'all niggas think Mike was good. He said, this dude right here was going to destroy that nigga when he got to the league.
Yep, he did a little bump for the first time.
I don't think it was the
He
first
didn't do a little. It didn't do a little bump. He did a few.
Yeah, they said it was
I don't think it was the first time at all. Because the story I heard was his friends was already like that. So how your friends like that and you not like that?
That's what happened when a nigga go back home.
Yeah.
And you a 3-4 year college.
I believe it was his first time because he passed.
And because he passed, and it was draft night, so he was probably hyped.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Let's party, and then.
But Henry is right. Usually, birds of a feather flock together.
Not true, because I got friends that do weed, and I don't even touch it.
Yeah.
No, that's different, bro. You can't have 7 friends like that, and you just the odd man out.
Well, I have friends that robbed. I have friends that robbed and stole and sold crack.
Yeah, bro. I never did none of that. All my friends.
But I think Henry's just talking about the cocaine aspect of it.
You talking about partying? Partying? Then yeah.
Yeah, the cocaine aspect of it. So I can believe that.
Because that's a social drug. That's not something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I mean, bro. That's all I mean.
Yeah. But I think just because it was his first time. That's.
Yeah, his heart wasn't used to that, and they said that he had that raw.
Yeah.
They said he had that raw.
One motherfucking mistake, bro, one bad decision can destroy everything.
Henry, they said it wasn't no steps on that. They said that was pure.
You're making the wrong joke, so you know that.
I'm an asshole. All right,
people talking about what I said about Sabonis in the Discord. My thing is this: he said if he had surgery, he had to be about 4 to 6 weeks on his hand.
Sabonis?
Yeah, that's why he kept dropping the fucking ball. He wouldn't shoot the ball, and people think who ain't never seen him play don't think he can shoot.
I don't know what the thing is. I see somebody on the on Twitter say now Sabonis. I think Sabonis is amazing. I think he's a top 5 center. People out here talking about Sabonis got exposed. They need to trade Sabonis.
He ain't got bro. He fucked his hand up. He would have had to miss a month and a half, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. You could tell the way he was shooting the ball. And De'Aaron Fox broke his finger, so they still need somebody else to block shots.
You know what they really need? I think they just need a wing. Harrison Barnes gotta go.
Oh man, him and Bam Adebayo. I've never seen them do shit in their career. Every time I watch them two niggas, man, I've never seen them do anything that warrant the hype. I was sitting there telling myself that today.
Yo,
I was watching. I even seen RJ Barrett really ball.
Wow, which was crazy. Because
I seen him a few times ball hard.
CJ, he fucked up my ticket today, boy. I had him under 20 points, and I was like, he definitely not showing up today.
You should have knew he was getting that with Julius Randle out just with volume.
God damn, he got that shit, bro. And that was the only thing I missed on my ticket, bro.
I knew he was gonna get that just because Julius wasn't there, but yeah, I never seen him do nothing like Harrison Barnes. I'm like, man, I ain't never seen this dude make a shot. That nigga was missing hella jump shots today. I just turned that shit off. And I'm just trying to still figure out where this Bam hype at, bro. I'm just trying to watch him, and I'm still trying to figure out where that hype at.
There was Bam hype?
Yeah, he got like a max contract.
Oh, yeah, well.
I'm like, where?
That's based off the bubble, bro.
Let me get out of here, get ready for work in the morning. I appreciate y'all for signing in, man. This will be on the podcast in the morning
Shout out to
or
CJ.
after this.
Shout out to Durag Shorty.
Yeah, appreciate Durag Shorty for blessing us with his presence. Peace.